I think this is a super interesting question because it's so challenging. It's so challenging. And in my experience, it's typically been in one-to-one sessions, and later on in very small groups. And typically I feel like I've had to work consistently for a longish period of time, or what can feel or seem like a long period of time, up front, to create the awareness and the desire. And I think those two are critical components to do up front, in terms of the awareness of sometimes what is data literacy, what it can do for you in your role, how this can align with your plans, and what you're hoping to achieve in your area. And this is both talking to peers and execs, and the awareness of what the skills could be, or what the skills are, and what the skills could do in your area. And that's not a one-time conversation. That's not a presentation you can do. In my experience, I haven't found it to be a presentation that I could do to multiple peers and multiple execs and get everyone, pumped and ready and committed. It's been a mixture. Sometimes a whole organization or peer group and execs coming together for a presentation is good, because then they can signal commitment to one another. But they will, in my experience, will always need one-on-one time and much, much smaller groups over time, where you got to build relationships of trust. You got to connect people with, align people with others that they trust, and that there is a safe space to be able to start working on the skills. And it's different for different people. So I've had, for example, bosses that have gained an awareness of the skills and what it can do for them. Then we worked on the desire to learn, and then we've gone into learning. And that learning has been often with me. Then we looked at external courses. Sometimes it's been 1 or 2 day courses. And I've had other bosses who have signed up to do a graduate diploma of data science, for example. So longer formal training that they're doing on top of, an executive job. So the commitment can get really high, and the impact to the organization in terms of raising the data literacy throughout is massive. So when there's that buy-in and commitment from the top, when if a CEO is coding, doing his own SQL, and building their own dashboards, and obviously they don't have to meet all of their analytical needs independently, but if they can meet some, then that just signals to the organization that everyone can do it on one side. And then on the other side, it will show in every analytical conversation with that executive that the awareness of the data literacy allows you to get into the data and the analytics in a much more deeper way, allow you to interact in a way that you can create more value for the organization. And I think that's a really important signal for an executive to give throughout the organization. So in terms of going back to the question, success in raising data literacy in the organization, I think starting with awareness and desire, moving to knowledge, I think that's really important, and having it at different levels, and have different levels of knowledge that build upon each other, allow people to find follow their curiosity, connect them with others in the organization, and those programs that we spoke about I've seen work really well. And in terms of educating in peers and execs, small groups, spend time with them on this, and so it often feels like a lot of time, But I think as a data leader for your organization, it's critical that you do. So I'm keen to hear back on tips and tricks that you guys have implemented in this space. I hope this video helps. See you in the next one.